In today's video, I'll show you how to fully retouch a portrait using only Capture One. No Photoshop, just a clean professional workflow from raw to finish. We'll fix skin, enhance color, and do a few more things using local adjustment. The image you see on the screen is the final image. This is the raw image, and this is the final image. Let me give you a before and after. So this is before, and this is after. Before and after. Let me put the two images side by side so you can see. On the left is before and on the right is after. So I'll take you through the various steps to transform your image from this to this. We'll keep this as our reference image and then create a clone of this image. Now, if you look here, the reset button is grayed out, which means nothing has been done to this image. So this is our image in its raw state. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to raw process. As you may already be aware, most photographers shoot raw, which means your image is unprocessed. So you need to use a raw processor like Capture One or Lightroom to process it so you can get your image to a good state before you retouch it. I got this image from an online raw sharing platform. Now this image already looks good. The photographer did really well because you see the colors are all vibrant over here. But there are a few things we would want to do to this image to enhance it, not to fully transform it, but to enhance it. The first thing we'll do here has to do with base adjustments. So let's look at it. The white balance looks already good, but I would want to keep it a bit warm. So let's try 5200. Great, that looks good. That gives it more richness, taking it from that pale look to making it more enhanced. The exposure looks good, but I want to increase something a bit, but we'll keep that for next. Let's come to the dynamic range and let's recover some highlights here. Somewhere 50 will do. Let me just type it in. Great. Then we come to levels. I always use the magic wand to give me a starting point. And then we go to curves. I always use the S curve for contrast. Okay, this looks good. I come back here and then press on this. And looking on the histogram, it's there's some space there. So let me just close it up to this. Yeah, that looks good. So this is our image so far. Let's look at what we've done so far from here to here. Okay, cool. When editing portraits in Capture One only, I go to clarity and then tend to give it negative clarity, somewhere -20. Let me just type it in. -20. And then for structure, I give it half of whatever I give to the clarity. So -10. That is to smoothen or soften the skin a bit for me. I shoot with Nikon, and Nikon gives it much more texture. So I tend to soften it a bit if I'm retouching only in Capture One. If I'm doing it in Photoshop, I don't add this to it. So with that, it softens the skin a bit for us. Even with that, you can see that the skin still has its natural texture. The next thing we'll do is to take off some blemishes. Luckily, Capture One has a new feature called Retouch. So when we go there, it retouches only face, not the other parts of the body. So once we are here, we come to blemishes 100%, and like magic, it takes away blemishes for us. So if you look at before and after, you see blemishes are in the before and they are gone over here. This is a quick way of blemish removal or doing other basic retouch on the face for us. And then we go to dark circles. Dark circles, when you look under her eyes, the eye bags and those things, that's what dark circle does. So it just takes them off. Let's zoom in just here so you can see. So if we come here to before and after, I see what happens. Okay, let's do it this way so you can see the result. So dark circles, I take it off, I bring it back on. I take it off, I bring it back on. So you see, if it's too much, then you can just reduce it a bit like this, and that does it. With that done, we may just look at the image and see if we need to do some extra blemish removal, because this AI tool doesn't do everything 100%. It will still leave some blemishes for you to manually take off. Now, if you look over here, there is a blemish here. There is a blemish here also. So we use our spot healing, the healing mask, to do that. So over here, if we increase it, click over here, so it picks from one part and then replaces it. If we look at it and we don't like where it's sampling from, we can always change where the sample is coming from. I think I prefer this one. So we'll scroll to the next place, which is here. We'll reduce the size to the size of the spot. Click on it. And just like that. Now let's go to other parts of the image and see. I think so far we are okay. The other part of her body is like blurred out, so it makes it easier for us to focus on just the face. This looks good, so we'll keep it like that. The next thing we would want to look at is skin tone. If you look at her face and this other part of her body, you will notice there is a slight difference in contrast or color density, because her face has makeup, and then also the inverse square law of light. The area closest to the source of light will get more light than the other parts that are farther away. So in this case, her face is much more brighter than any other part of her body. So we are going to try and then match the skin tone so that they have a level of uniformity, not necessarily making these places look the same, because of course there is makeup here, there is no makeup here. You don't want your image to be flat. You want to have that contrast. So we are going to create that using adjustment layers. We'll go to our adjust tab, then go to color editor, and then skin tone. So with that, we'll use the color picker and then find an optimal part of her body that we believe is the real skin tone. So let's choose here. Okay, it's not selecting because we are on the wrong layer. So let's go to image layer and then click, and just like that, it gives us a range. Now, to be sure of what we are selecting, let's go to view selected color range. Now it gives us the colors that are selected. We don't want what we are going to do to affect any color apart from her skin. So we are going to adjust this until we get only her skin within the range. We still have some yellow. Okay. So just like that, we are concentrating. Let's move the pin a bit inward. Yeah. So we have limited the selection to just her skin. So let's take this off now, which means everything we are going to do is going to affect only her skin. So with that, we come to uniformity, and then we start adjusting our hue. So if we adjust the hue, we see what it does. See? So let's just come here a bit like this. Then saturation. Let's just leave it here. We don't want to overdo this. So lightness, yeah, this looks very smooth. Some people may like this, but it looks too flat and fake. So let's adjust it till we get something optimal. Okay, so let's disable this temporarily. Before and okay. Now our image has some uniformity in terms of the skin tone. The next thing we want to do is look at other colors. If we look at the background, it looks nice. Yes, the colors are popping, but it's quite distracting. We want to focus on our image. Yes, the subject is zoomed in, but yes, the subject is zoomed in, but we want to create some kind of focus on our subject. So with that, I would want to color grade the background separately from the subject. So with that, we'll just select background, and it will automatically select the background for us. So if we click on M to show the mask, it's only the background, and it names it for us, background mask 1. So with that, I want to apply one of my styles to that. So apply adjustments from, then we go to custom styles, and then let's see. No, it's not here. Custom presets. We go to color editor, and these are custom presets that I have worked on and saved for my personal use. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to share these presets with you. So let's keep going. I think I prefer this one. Yes, so I'll just select it. Now, if you look at it and it's too much, we can reduce the opacity. This is the essence of working with adjustment layers, so that you can always reduce the intensity if it's too much. So here, let's go. I've done it in a way that it's very strong so that I can always reduce it. It's always better if it's strong and you can reduce than if it's the exact thing you want. In that case, if you want to add, you would have to create another process, and then that is so tedious. It's better to have it over and then reduce it than creating multiple steps just to achieve the same thing. So here, if we disable and enable, you see, off and on, we've now dimmed the background, and then now she stands in focus. The same thing, we can select only the subject, or we can use AI to select other stuff. I want just the subject, so I'll click on subject, and if we go to mask, yes, only our subject is selected. So with that, we can come here, and then I just want to add a bit of brightness, just a bit to make a pop. So let's see, before and after, before and after. Yeah, that looks good. Now we can go ahead and then do dodge and burn and other stuff. But what I would want to do next is to work on her eyes. See, her eyes are bright enough, but I would want to do some cleaning just to make it whiter. So let's go to our style brushes, and then built-in style brushes. Then we have lights, enhancement, and then color. We want to deal with enhancement. So here we have white teeth and then other stuff. So let's go to iris enhance. Then we will increase our flow. The hardness is okay. Size will increase as we go on. And then we start brushing. So as we brush, we can enable the mask to see what we are doing. Yeah. Okay, we disable the mask. So here, before and after. If it's too much, we can always reduce the opacity. So this. Now the same thing with teeth. If you want to work on the teeth, we come here to whiten teeth. If we select the mask, it shows nothing because we haven't brushed yet. So we come here and then start brushing. The mask will start showing. If you want it to go faster, just increase the flow so everything goes faster. Now, just like that, you have to be careful when doing this. It's because it's a tutorial, so I'm just trying to go faster. And also, I'm using the mouse instead of my usual stylus. So let's disable this. And with that, we have whitened our teeth. So let's go before and after. Before and after. Of course, it's too much, so we can reduce the opacity before and after. So let's see our image in full, and then we can have a before and after. So we took this image from this to this, from this to this. And now I would want to apply some color grading to just the subject. So we'll go again and then select our subject. It gives us subject mask 2. So click on this and then go to add adjustments. With this, I'm not sure what I want to use yet, so I will go through what I have. I think this looks quite good. Yeah, but then let's keep going. This I use for Melanie. She's light skinned, so that won't work. I think I'll just keep the beach vibe and then work on the opacity. So we can have something like this. Before and now. Yeah, this is working. Good. Before and now. So let's see complete before and after. This is before, this is after. Before and after. I think it's too much, so let's reduce it a bit to 30. Before, after, before, after. Yeah, I think this is looking great. So with that, we have been able to move our image from this to this in just some few steps. The next step is to export this image so we can post on social media or share it with the right people. But before that, if this full retouch helped you, leave a comment and let me know what portrait topic you want next. For exporting in Capture One, we use export recipes. So when you come to export, you see the recipes are here. I've created a lot of recipes based on what I want to achieve. This one is a no-brainer. I always export a full size, a full resolution version of every image that I retouch. Then aside that, I have other specifications that I use for Facebook or Instagram or for my portfolio or for any other thing. In this case, I'll leave it for Facebook. And then once everything is okay here, I've set everything. Any recipe you choose has its settings here already done. That's the beauty of Capture One. You do one setting and it remains until you change something again. So we just click on export and then it will export it. Don't forget to subscribe for more Capture One and retouching tutorials.